Hello guys, we are going to be reacting to Socks Studio. And we're going to be doing Socks Studios. Okay. So Socks Studios, we are going to be reacting to Pain. So where is it? Oh, it was just up here. Why am I dumb? We're going to be reacting to Pain.
This brand new category of club replaces the two hardest to hit clubs in your bag: your driver and your three.
To the wall.
Why?
Let's restart.
Most painful stories, and at the end, I will tell you how I ended up in the hospital. But
Oh.
first, let's start with Nadway.
My story is
Wait, let me
back in
throw my little
2019, right? This is when I was actually friends with Juice. And my
You're not friends with him anymore?
Wow. It involves Juice. I wanted to send Juice a funny video. I put my phone against the wall, or like on the floor. I recorded a video of me screaming something, and then I jumped head first into the wall.
To the wall?
Why?
I was trying to jump into the phone, but then I miscalculated and jumped a little bit too high. So I went head first into the wall and made a hole in my wall.
You got a big old head.
I was home alone at the time. I didn't know what to tell my parents. I told them that I was working out, running around, and I tripped on a wire and I fell into the
A wire?
You were running around working out in your room?
Yeah, I literally dolphin dived into the wall. I'm not even joking. The video was like I had on my phone, but I was too scared of my parents finding the evidence, so I just deleted it.
Yeah, kind of sneaky evidence.
I still have a photo of the hole in the wall.
Well, Nadway gets his phone.
Subscribe.
Let's
Yes,
hear
subscribe to
another
Socks
story
Studios.
from Mr. Mimi.
I'm just a Chad. I've broken many bones, many hearts, I'm just so cool.
Broken many
so
bones?
Mimi, here's the hole in the wall. Here it is.
That's his small head.
is that your head?
Well, my full head didn't go through.
Let a real man tell the story, okay? When I was 3 years old, I was a dumb baby like Ned.
Oh, I know for sure you were.
I also had like deep social anxiety or something, so
At 3?
yeah, if I wasn't close to my mom for like 3 seconds or like had like a gulab jamun or something, I would start crying.
What?
One day, my mom left me on the bed to go downstairs real quick. She had to make like some gulab jamun or
She
something.
went into my
right?
bed.
Literally not even real. You're not even a real baby. Like, you don't even exist. Okay, so literally like 3 minutes of unsupervision and my blood pressure was rising as a baby. Okay? The bed was like 10 foot high or something, so I couldn't even get down. Somehow, as like a 3-year-old baby, I managed to do some parkour.
Parkour?
Yeah, I was doing like a
Knew it.
handstand jump off the bed to a cabinet. I slid down the handles of the desk, and then I jumped on the floor and started emoting.
Is this another
Parkour.
concussion story? Because that also explains a lot.
Yeah, I totally didn't just fall on my head. Once I got on the floor, I started crawling towards the stairs. Because
Yeah,
my mom
first
was
steps for a
downstairs, you know?
baby.
This was in India, so like the stairs weren't made out of wood, they were made out of like hard stone, like marble or something.
Oh my god.
I was crawling towards the stairs and I could hear my mom downstairs. And more importantly, I could smell the gulab jamun.
Gonna
So
go
yeah, I started
head
crawling.
first.
1 step, 2 step, I'm getting closer. 3 step, 4 step.
Falls down the stairs.
No, not yet. I crawled
Not
down the
yet.
first 2 stairs. I successfully did it. 5 step. I don't know what comes after 5, but my
Bruh.
hand slipped. I rolled over, and everything slowed down. Okay, I was in the air. I was rolling in the air, and in that moment, while I was in the air, my life flashed before my eyes.
Oh my god, we see a long fall.
And just as time slowly snapped back to reality, I landed directly on my left eyelid.
Oh my god.
Oh,
how'd you do
no.
that?
I just told you how I did it. I
Oh,
fell
yeah.
down.
What do you tell the ladies when they ask what the scar is about?
I saved a baby in the fire or something.
Not anymore since this is going out.
I don't know how I didn't die. I should have like just rolled down from there because like the stairs were like very long and like further destroyed my head, but I survived. I just had to get like stitches in my left eye, so you can still see them to this day if you look close enough. And yeah, I was the baby that was dropped on my head.
You weren't even dropped on your head. You dropped yourself on your head, bro.
Also, I don't know if this story is true because I literally spawned in the world at the age of 11. I have no consciousness before that, but my
Yeah, true. When you feel like you have like spawned in the world, like you didn't come from your like mom, but It's like you didn't even come from, like, you didn't come from your mom. Like, you didn't come from your mom. Why does every mom tell you that? Let's get back.
Mom told me this. Just gave me a vivid story
What?
about a. My mom told me this.
Go eat some gulab jamuns.
Well, while Blaza goes
Hold on, let me pause.
gulab jamuns, TBH, it's time to tell your story.
I think my story is the most relatable. If it's not relatable, what are you doing? Okay?
Oh my God, he's so relatable, guys.
Dude, I'm so relatable.
You look like me for real.
Oh God, oh God. I was like 5 or 6. Okay, I hated homework. My brother was the kind of person that would sit me down and watch me do my homework. Because I never did my homework. Either someone watched me do it or I didn't do it at all. So my brother wants to use the bathroom. And I was like, my nails are a little long. So how can I cut them without getting out of my seat?
Teeth.
No, I see that's the logical answer. That's the logical answer, right? But I wanted the perfect edges. Okay,
Wait, do you not go to the bathroom with your brother?
Okay, buddy.
We're gonna
You
talk
don't
about
have
this
a
later.
brother.
Wow, okay,
So
buddy.
not allowed
Okay, buddy.
anymore.
So I was trying to figure out how I can get the perfect, beautiful edges on my nails. So I'm looking through my bag because I don't want to bite my nails because biting my nails, that's gross. So I found the next best thing. A pencil sharpener.
A pencil sharpener.
Pencil sharpener.
True.
My God.
Did you go to your local school?
No, it was just in my bag. You know, I was a good school student, but I was a bad homework student. You know what I mean?
But how would that make it
I
clean?
know what you mean.
Allie, I'm 6.
Allie, I'm 6.
Sorry we're late. Runs in the family, right?
Sorry, I'm sick.
Allie, I'm 6.
Allie, I'm
My
6.
skills brain is like, okay, if I just put my pinky finger, my little pinky finger in the pencil sharpener and give it a little twist, the nail's gonna get a perfect cut.
That's a great idea. Actually, I should try that.
That was a great idea. And then I tried it. I gave it a little twist, and then half of my nail was gone. A perfect
Ew.
curve. 2/3 of my nail was actually gone. Okay.
I'll be shocked
and I
right now.
didn't even cry. And you know why I didn't cry? I looked at my finger and I thought about every life choice I did before this moment that led up to this. And I just looked at my fingernail and I was like, that wasn't the best idea.
True.
After like 2 minutes of processing, I tried to get my fingernail out of it, because it wasn't fully gone yet. It was like bending. Yeah, it was really bad. My finger was like surgically attached to the pencil sharpener at this point, right? So then I tried to get it out, and
But it was still in?
It was still in.
Me right now with
My
socks.
finger was stuck inside the pencil sharpener, and if I tried to move it even an inch, not even an inch, I did before this.
No, wait,
moment
hold up.
that
Let me go
led
back
up
to
this.
socks.
And I just looked at my fingernail and I was like, that wasn't the best idea. After like 2 minutes of processing, I tried to get my fingernail out of it, because it wasn't the pencil sharpener. And if I tried to move it even an inch, not even an inch, a cent out of it, because it wasn't fully gone yet. It was like bending. Yeah, it was really bad. My finger was like surgically attached to the pencil sharpener at this point, right? So then I tried to get it out, and
It was still in?
It was still in. The worst part, right? So my finger was stuck inside the pencil sharpener. Centimeter. The most excruciating pain would come out of it. Okay, so now I'm stuck, and I have to go to my mom. She's like, "Mommy, I got my finger stuck in a pencil sharpener." My mom legit asked me, "How dumb are you for putting your finger in a pencil sharpener?" And my only response was, "I thought it would work." That's it. That's my only thought, bro. I thought it would work.
Did it work?
2/3 of my nail is gone. Okay.
So it worked.
But it was a clean cut.
It wasn't
That's
clean
what
cut.
matters.
It got a little bit more than the nail. That's all I'm saying.
How'd you get it out?
Oh, we just ripped it out.
Oh my God.
This explains why he has claws.
Let's hear a story from Allie.
It's not me.
She's just been waiting to talk about his like pain.
I think Juicy's the only other person here that broke a bone.
I never broke a bone, but one time when I was a kid, I was in the bathroom and I was playing with my Hello Kitty like toothbrush holder, and it was like pink and I had like a little Hello Kitty on it, and I started like filling it up with water, and then I decided to tape it so the water wouldn't burst open, and then I kept filling it with like more water through like a little tiny hole in the top. After a while, I just got bored, so I just decided to like cut the tape off and empty the water out. And so I grabbed a pair of scissors and started to cut the tape, but I was standing at the sink and I got distracted when I looked at myself in the mirror, and then all of a sudden the scissors like slipped and I was just staring in the mirror, but I knew like something bad happened. Like I felt it. Like I was like, I froze. So I like slowly looked down and there was a big gash across my finger. It looked like my finger was like almost cut off.
That means my story is relatable.
So I started running around the bathroom screaming
Okay,
and
true.
crying.
You know how much
True,
water
TBH.
is wasted? You know how many people could have drank that water?
Stop trying to
I
be
was
smart there,
crying and
Socks.
screaming until my mom came in. She's like, "What happened?" And I shoved it in her face to show her.
I'm dying.
Look at this, Mom.
So I shoved her in her face, and she told me we had to go to the hospital. And I was like, "No." I was like scared. I was like, "No, I don't want to go to the hospital. Maybe it'll stop bleeding." And
They put you down.
she looked at me and my mangled finger and was like, "Bruh." And she just like threw
Bruh.
me into the car. She
That
took
was
me to
my
the
mom for
hospital,
real.
And they stitched it up. And I had like 4 or 5 stitches in my finger. And then I got ice cream.
You know how many people in the world could have eaten that ice cream? Juicy, it's your time to shine.
So anyway, let me tell a real man's story. Not breaking their bones, having silly concussions at 3 years old.
Alright, you know what?
He's coming at your neck.
Anyway, so basically, I woke up on an average British day, okay? You know,
Not relatable.
stormy outside, it's raining, you know, I get up, I brush my teeth.
Oh, wow. That is untrue. We're only telling true stories here, Juicy.
This was before the head injury.
Here's a true story, okay? So I woke up, I was like 7 years old, I was getting ready to go to school. You know, average day, average British day. So I got to school, it came to lunch, and we went out in the playground. You know this game called hopscotch, where, you know, you jump on 2 legs? It's not funny, okay? This is not a laughing matter.
Bit Bible, the app that
Hey,
makes
let's
you
skip
read one
to that,
Bible
hold
verse
up.
every
Laughing matter. Okay, anyway, so there's this game called hopscotch, okay? Me being me, I was an absolute master at it, by the way. I accidentally tripped over my own leg. I had an amazing British. And then I literally started falling in slow motion. And I tried to save myself, but then my elbow was pointing towards the floor, like towards the concrete. And I was trying to save myself, and I landed directly on top of my right elbow. It was literally... Boom, I hit the floor and I was like, I didn't know what happened because I had a lot of adrenaline at first. So I got up, I looked around, everybody was standing there just staring at me. NPCs staring at me like they was about to wait for a quest. And the teacher was looking at me and she came running over and I was like, I was about to burst out crying. And then the teacher comes and grabs me, obviously.
And starts drinking your tears.
And then pulls me away. So I was literally carrying my elbow because I couldn't even move it. The school called, right, the ambulance, and then my mum turned up as well. And then basically they took, and then basically I refused to go in the ambulance because I was scared of ambulances. I don't know why. I was scared of them. I was 7 years old. I was scared. I know. I was scared. Oh yeah, we get free healthcare. But anyway, I was 7 years old.
What a flex.
Basically, my mum had to take me in her car while we followed the ambulance to the hospital.
That was pretty traumatic. If we want to hear a real scary story, okay, let Blaza tell it.
Oh, well. I'm tired of hearing all these baby stories. These babies with the little toddler stories. Shut up! I actually broke bones. My first time I broke my arm, I was in school. Like, I was...
Bro.
Wait, never mind. No, there was another time.
you didn't break your head as well.
The most recently, a year ago.
I remember this.
So I was going to America for the first time. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I was gonna meet my friends. I was gonna meet Socks for One. And then it was like a week before my flight. And I had my last dirt biking race. Last race of the season.
This dirt biking. Imagine not being athletic enough to ride a normal bicycle, so you need to put an engine in it so it can drive you around.
It's like driving a sports car with 2 wheels.
If that's the way you want to put it, sure.
I was a little nervous. I was like, okay, this is my last race. I can win this. I'm doing this. I was at the starting gate, so there's like a long gate with like 40 people in a row, and I was revving my engines. I was like, and there was a sign. There's 15 seconds. 15 seconds to the great dog. And I was sitting there. I was puffing. 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
I really appreciate the sound effects, by the way. Thank you very
No
much.
problem. And then I took a deep breath, and I stared at the gate in front of me, and the gate dropped, and I'm going as fast as possible to the first corner with 50 people next to me. And I was almost at the corner, and I look around me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm the first one. I'm gonna win this.
You're winning?
I'm in first place.
Did someone throw a blue shell?
No one threw the shell. That was at the end of the race. So I slammed in the brakes. I put my foot out. I'm ready to make the left corner. And I look to my left, and wham! Some kind of idiot doesn't know how to brake and slams right into me.
That was me, my bad.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That was me, my bad.
So I get up, I'm like, damn. I looked at the guy, I was like, bro, what the hell are you doing? He didn't look at me, he just picked up his bike and he left.
I'm
I was
sorry,
like,
I'm
okay.
nervous. I can't make eye contact.
So I'm like, whatever, I'll catch up. I stand up, I pick up my bike, and I cannot pick up my bike. What's going on here? I look at my left arm, because it hurts a little bit, it felt a little
Pointing the
itchy.
wrong way?
I look at it, and it was shaped like the cool ass you draw in school. I was like, dang, it's not supposed to be like that. I have to get out of here. And then I stood up and I went to the side. I was just sitting down and I was like, ooh. First I was like walking in circles. I didn't know what to do. My arm is an ass. What do I do? I can't live like this.
No.
So I sat down and the medic came and I was like, damn, this sucks. And then and I didn't feel much because I had adrenaline and stuff because of the start. And I sat down and I sat there for like 5 minutes and all of a sudden I got like dizzy and stuff. I was like, oh dude, that's not good. The doctor said, oh, it's all good. You're just a little scared.
I think you should get a new doctor, bro. There's no way it's all good.
That's all good,
Yeah.
man. I don't think he's a doctor.
She said, sit down, drink this pill.
Pills? You just took random pills
It was like a med
stranger?
kit pill. It was a med kit, okay?
Medkit pill. Okay.
Dude didn't have any water, so I had to swallow that stuff dry. But I could do it. It was fine. And I started feeling better after that. And then I was like, oh my god, I have a flight next week. And then I couldn't fly because my arm was kind of sideways.
What about the race?
I couldn't continue to race. My arm was shaped like an S.
Now it's time to say my story. I also broke a bone. 2, actually. Back in the day when I used to go outside, I used to skateboard a lot, okay? Not that cringe skateboard with 4 wheels. None of that. I'm talking about the ripstick.
Nah, I had a ripstick.
All you uncultured viewers, the ripstick is like the coolest trend back in the day. It was a skateboard that only had 2 wheels. One in the front, one in the back. Crazy, right? You must be asking, how the heck do you balance on 2 wheels? The trick was, as soon as you got onto the skateboard, you had to do this like little dance. You gotta do the shot. As soon as you got on the skateboard, you had to do a little shava shava to get the board moving. And if you stopped dancing, you had no momentum, and boom, you would just fall flat on your face. Now that we're all educated, how does this have anything to do with breaking a bone? Well, me and the neighborhood gang, okay, we were ripsticking down.
Calm down. Calm down.
We were ripsticking down the streets, you know, doing normal kid stuff, scaring pedestrians, robbing houses, breaking down lemonade stands. In our neighborhood, there were a lot of these like biking paths, and they stretched on for like miles. You know, these like little paths that go woo, like through the houses and stuff. And we love ripsticking in these biking paths because there were like a lot of turns and hills that were a lot of fun. But it was like most importantly, so like we wouldn't get hit by cars and we didn't have to look left or right and die. But that was good.
I see.
However, there are different like skill levels in the biking path. So we were feeling adventurous. We never went past medium difficulty. So, you know, we felt like we were gonna do the nightmare path. Just to put it in perspective, perspective, there's like 3 more stages of difficulty until the nightmare path. There was hard, extreme, extreme plus, then nightmare. So that means the path that we were just gonna go on had a 70-degree drop. The turns were like sharper than like an ice cream cone. Okay, you know the bottom of an ice cream cone, like pew pew. We arrived to the path, and for some reason, I was not frightened at all. And the reason was I was really stupid. All right, it wasn't because I was brave. I was just dumb. I volunteered to go first because my friends in the back started questioning if it was even a good idea. They were the smart ones in this situation. Without hesitation, I got on my ripstick and I started going down the path. I picked up speed really quickly. We were going boom, boom, boom. Okay, it was like we were motorbike. Right? It was at the same speed. And I didn't even have to do the shava shava because all you had to do was like stay balanced because you already had enough momentum. Like I didn't need more speed. So all seemed going well for like the first couple seconds until we arrived at the first turn. The problem with the ripstick is there's like no real way to slow down other than like jumping off.
Don't tell me you jumped off.
No, we didn't jump off. You know, with a normal skateboard, you can at least put down like 1 foot to like slow you down a bit, but not with this. You gotta like keep two of your feet on the ground. Now we're going to the sharpest turn I ever encountered. But like in my head, I thought I could do it like easily. I thought I could go and easy. Right in the head, visualize it, it's easy. But in reality, as I was turning, the speed was so great, I flew from like the whole ripstick just like flew from underneath. Like the wheels went skirt and they shot from underneath, and I was just in the air. I was levitating. I would have been fine if I just landed on my butt, but no. What I did is like my legs are up in the air. I put my hands right beneath me, like to protect my butt for some reason.
No, that's not how that works.
That doesn't sound safe at all.
And I kept my hands there underneath me to protect me. So the impact of me hitting the ground was like straight hands and then into my wrist. My fingers probably bent so far back, they probably hit my own wrist. I mean, the good news is that I'm on the ground, right? I mean, the bad news is that I felt like this extreme sharp pain, like immediately, right into my right wrist. But the thing was, like, when I got up, unless I moved it, it didn't hurt. I know that sounds stupid, but at that time, I thought, like, if I just leave my arm alone, it'll just heal itself. I kind of just got up, and I didn't think it was broken, because I was just like, shouldn't I be in constant pain right now if it was broken? But no, it didn't hurt if I didn't move it. So we just got back up on our ripsticks and kept on ripsticking.
What about your
And
dad?
I just had my arms out.
Continues to do the shower.
You couldn't stop ripstipping.
I couldn't stop, but that's not the problem, all right? The problem was I went back home that day, still not knowing my right wrist was broken. So I go to bed. I'm like, I'm gonna sleep this off. I'm gonna feel better. Maybe I just pulled a muscle or something. I woke up the next morning. I need to take a piss. I go to open the door. I completely forgot what happened the day before. So I go to open the door with my right hand, and I do that little twist.
No.
It's those twisty doors. Ah! It was the worst pain ever. I was literally holding back tears. And we're not even at the worst part because I still needed to use the restroom. So I changed my hands to the left hand so I could open the door. I have this habit that I always need a locked door. To lock doors, you have to press like this little button on the door handle, right? It's like this little button, like, boop, boop, you know? Forgetting again, like I'm pretty sure I have dementia. And forgetting my right hand was in pain, I went up to go lock it, and I pressed the button with my right thumb.
Wow, you're not so bright, are you?
It wasn't in my right wrist. Turns out my right thumb was also broken.
You broke your entire hand?
And I had like this immediate shell shock because I pressed the button and my right wrist is broken. So you hear this little, and then it also sends the response back to your right wrist that is broken.
Your phone is not supposed to make that sound.
My whole body like vibrated. It's like you shocked it by electricity. This isn't good. Yeah, I went straight to my parents. I was like, please take me to the doctors. And yeah, we got the x-ray. Not only did I break my wrist, it was also my right thumb. Honestly, at the end of the day, you know what was worse? When they put the cast on, you can't even shower with it. You gotta put like this plastic bag over your arm because you can't get the cast wet. And because of that, like the smell gets like really bad. Well, if you guys enjoyed those stories and you want to hear more, make sure to go subscribe to my friends' channels. They're all linked down below. But if you enjoyed that and you want to hear more, subscribe to this channel as well. And I won't kill you.
So that was Stock Studios Pain video. If you enjoyed, please comment down below. That'll be the most good thing. Then in the next video in the morning, we'll react to High School 30 minutes long. So we're going to be doing Sock Studios instead of recording my own videos, but we're going to do High Schools tomorrow.
To the wall.
Why?
So see you later.